It's cold tonight, traveler. Do you want my coat? You don't have to worry about me. I'm pretty resilient against the cold, I assure you. Well, perhaps because I was created rather than born. Although my physiology is still closest to human beings, my body does push the extremes. That's what humans are like when they try to create things. They want the best form, best version they can think of. Am I thinking something depressing? Perhaps you know me too well. In any case, let's keep going. The snow is falling faster. At this rate, I'm afraid my coat can't keep you warm for much longer. Finally back to my tent. It's great to feel warm after a long period of time out in the cold. Come sit by the fire beside me. I've got all the pillows here, so make yourself comfortable. Don't worry about getting things dirty. I wash and dry them every other week, so they'll be fine. You didn't take me for the clean type? Perhaps it's the image in your head of the messy, wild scientist whose jumbled thoughts translate into jumbled surroundings. The truth is, I rather like a clean environment. It helps me keep my focus when I'm thinking about important matters. Would you like to lay down a little closer to me? I can see your shoulders shivering from the cold. You're not used to Dragonspine, even though you've charted through most of it. So you ought to take better care of yourself after a long journey like that. Here, my coat. Better. For entertainment, how about a magic trick? Scientists can be magicians too. See my hand? Close your eyes. Open them. That's an interesting expression on your face. Why, it's a crystal fly, of course. How did I make it appear out of nowhere? Well, I didn't. On our way back here, I happened upon one that was hovering too close to the ground, as though it was losing strength to fly. Its light was dim, too, and had it not been for an observant eye, one would have thought it was a firefly instead. I cupped it in my hands just before it lost its strength and flopped onto the snow. No, it's not dead per se. I preserved it with some of my energy. My vision helps me bring life to inanimate objects. But sometimes, for small creatures like crystal flies, I can relay a bit of that power to them. But it doesn't come without a cost. Let's just say this crystal fly isn't coming back to life anytime soon. I simply thought it would be interesting to save it for study later. It's not every day that I find a cryo-crystal fly unable to withstand the cold. You think it's unromantic that I'm holding a dead insect between us? Perhaps you're right. Let me just put the little guy aside for now. Traveler, you're starting to warm up. It's wonderful being able to idle away with you by my side. Believe it or not, as much as I love my experiments, they do sometimes appear to me as disjointed paraphernalia, rather than tools of endless excitement. But being beside you, I'm always feeling something new. Something warm. Even if it's familiar, it always feels new. And therefore, exciting. That tickles. That, when you cart your fingers through my hair, and it hits the spot just a little higher than my nape. It feels all tingly. Maybe you pressed the nerve, but could you do that again? It feels good. See, I don't know why, but my body reacts differently when I'm around you. All of a sudden, this dull vessel I reside in starts giving me strange signals, strange thoughts. My head becomes all jumbled. But I find I don't mind. Tell me, traveler, do you feel the same? Your lips are so soft. And your hair, I wish I could hide in it all day long. You think my hair is a little better for hiding it? Want to see them unbraided? I won't mind. Let me just loosen them. What do you think? Huh? My hairstyle looks similar to the animal archon. I'm no archon, I assure you. You want to play with my hair? That's fine, but don't pull on them too much. I'm a little sensitive right now. Did you put my hair in a ponytail? It's certainly not a hairstyle that I frequently use, but if you like it, I wouldn't mind keeping it up when you come visit next time. But only when you come visit. Else, I won't have a reason to do that, you know? I do prefer to keep them in braids. Tidies the whole ensemble a little better. Well, if you really want to know, I used to have short hair. Like who? Well, if I had to say, I guess like Bennett? Yes, I had tightly cropped hair because I found long hair tedious to deal with. Back then, Master was still with me. We had many things to do. We had many things to do each and every day, and so I didn't have time to deal with hair. At one point, I was even bald. Yes, honest. I was bald. I shaved it off one night when I was tired of how oily it felt atop of my head. Master and I had just come back from some labyrinth, and we didn't have time to clean up because there were so many discoveries to write down and analyze. So, some white bug fell off my hair while I was writing in my notes. Naturally, I found that disgusting. The only solution was to take a razor to my head and shave it off while I continued writing. That look of disgust on your face is really something. Can't imagine me doing something like that now, Well, I may yet surprise you. Just kidding. I've grown a lot since then. You'd think a test tube baby like me would stay the same throughout my life. But no, I feel like I've become a lot more human since my younger years. Almost as though I'm aging backwards. That's enough chatter from me. I'm going to put my hair back the way it was. That okay with you? Don't worry, I'll let you play with it again some other time. Do you hear that? The low growl of a snow fox outside the tent. Don't worry about it. No, there's no need to draw your sword. The little thing is just hungry, I'm sure. You wait here for me, alright? I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'll just toss it some of the salted meats from my pantry. Ow! Oh, no, traveler. It's okay, I'm fine. Wait, let me just make sure the fox is leaving. Okay. It bit me. When you pull my hand like that, it hurts. No, don't apologize. I know you're worried. I appreciate the concern. But this isn't anything to get stressed about. I'm used to it, really. Let me just put it under running water for a while. It'll be really bad if I end up getting an infection sometime down the line. No, it won't be that bad. I mean, it'll be bad for my research, of course, since I would have to take a lot of time off my books. You have a cute look on your face when you're all overprotective. I'll be fine, okay? If you really want to help, perhaps you can go draw a bath? I'd really appreciate if the two of us could take a warm bath after this. It might be a little cramped since the bathtub I created is only for one person. But it'll still be enough space for us to stretch out our arms and legs. I promise you. Does that sound good? Great. Also, traveler, this doesn't give you a reason to kick a fox the next time we come across one. Okay? Oh, don't worry about my hand. I promise the bleeding has stopped. See? It's nice that you can use pyro. Makes hot water a lot simpler. Before I met you, I had to pour boiling water into the tub to even out the temperature. And I had to do it quite a handful of times, too. The task was rather repetitive and lackluster. I mean, when you leave, I still have to resort to such methods, but when you're here, everything is so much easier. I used to have a project on the side to make a heater for my bathroom here. But the task isn't easy, as the icy pipe water I have streaming into this bathtub is resistant to heating. But with you, all I need to do is wait for you to put your hand in the water, and it's all done. How clean and simple. After all, necessity is the mother of invention. I wonder if I would slowly lose all initiative to work on my experiments, if I let you pamper me like this. No? You think that's impossible for me? On tiring days, I still enjoy the thought of it. Although I doubt I would have it in me to let my days slip away like sand. Sometimes it's still a comforting thought. Hey, traveler. This small scar on your arm. Where did you get it? When you were fighting the Raiden Shogun? I suppose injuries are to be expected. When you're all clothed, I somehow think that your body is completely clear of flaws and blemishes. I know that's not the case, but in my mind, you are just a perfect being. No, that's not what I meant. Perhaps I'm poor with words. But, well, who wouldn't be when they're sitting naked in front of you? In any case, I'm rather concerned about you. It seems that the more you travel, the harder things get. If it were up to me, I'd rather keep you as a pet bird here, in my little dragonspine hideout. I'd rather have you safe here, where I can kiss you, feed you, play with you. You mustn't mind what I'm saying. The heat of the water is getting to my head. Hey, where are your hands going? Look at you, taking advantage of me while I'm defenseless in a tub. I know. Yes, you can do whatever you like with my hair. I wouldn't mind if you pulled it either. That's the spot on the back of my head. It's still tingly. It feels good. It's supposed to sting? Not at all. I'd say I have a pretty good pain tolerance, but that's not the only reason it feels good. Traveler, is this how you desire to be treated sometimes? I mean, when we're in bed and I'm on top of you and kissing you, do you sometimes crave this type of treatment? It's okay to be honest with me. I won't mind. Whatever you like, I'm amenable to it. Just a little bit of it, I think it's time we get out of the bath. Our fingers are getting wrinkly from soaking in all the water. I'll go get the towels for you. Just dry up, but there's no need to wear anything, alright? I won't either. It'll just be you and me, after all. We still have a long night ahead of us.